Welcome back to Ferris Sports Update. Time to check in with Bulldog Volleyball and joined by head coach Tia Brandel-Wilhelm. And Coach, first of all, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having us back.
Congratulations. The Bulldogs this past weekend winning the GLIAC Tourney Championship, and got to be really proud of your players and the effort they put in over the past week.
That's exactly right. Yeah, super proud of them. You know, it's a lot of games in a short amount of time, and you know, just a lot of stuff to navigate, and I was really happy with the way they did it. I thought our leaders did a really nice job of just keeping the team focused on task.
Obviously, before you could get to the weekend, you had to win the quarterfinal match, beat Purdue Northwest at home last Wednesday in the first round to be able to move on here in the conference tournament.
Yeah, that was a really good win for us. You know, when we played them at their place, it was a really tight contest, and we had been up, and then they came back, and you know, we squeaked away with the win. So, you know, we knew they were going to come out firing, and they're pretty fast-paced, aggressive team. So I thought it was really nice that we were able to make some changes from the time, you know, we had played them 2 weeks earlier. So we had made some changes in that game plan, and I thought we did a much better job.
You moved on to the semifinals, and as we go to the highlights, started off the weekend against Parkside, a team that you had split with during the regular season.
Yeah, definitely. We had split with them just a few weeks ago, and I thought, you know, they played really well. They have a nice team, and it was definitely important for us to come out and be really focused in that game and focused on our game plan.
How does it change anything knowing that this is a neutral site match, and neither team's really the home team, but obviously you get some experience with this earlier in the year?
Yeah, I think, you know, for us, we've never really put a lot into like home and away, because if you want to try to be good, you got to win on the road, you got to win at home, and you know, there's different things you have to balance and nuances, but for us, it's just what is the game, and what's the strategy, and what do we have to execute.
Obviously, here on postseason action, you get off to a good start, 26-24 in the first set, and you knew Parkside was a team that wasn't going to go away very easily.
Yeah, I don't think we got off to necessarily a great start in that first match. You know, I thought we were down at times and gave away some runs at different points, but we just kept plugging along and were able to come back in that game for sure.
I know this is obviously not at home, but nice to have a pro kind of Bulldog crowd with so many fans from the Grand Rapids area.
Yeah, I thought we had some good fans there all weekend, and that was really nice to see.
Maybe talk about the play. Claire Nowicki, Olivia Henneman-Delape both named to the all-tournament team here this weekend, and both had outstanding weekends for
they
you.
did, and I would say, you know, I thought in every way that all of our players did really well this weekend, even players that, you know, just come in for key moments, or players that even necessarily don't play. We have a couple injured kids that I thought made some key observations when we needed it in both matches. And yeah, and I thought Claire actually being named MVP of the tournament was fantastic. I thought it was a really good recognition. She's really worked her game throughout the year. I think our first couple weeks of the year, she wasn't even a full-time kid out there, and she did a lot. She's just that kid that every day in practice just works to get a little bit better, and she's kind of silent in her work ethic, but she's always very focused in practice and gets a lot out of any drill that we're doing, and it was just really nice to see her get recognized at that level.
Obviously, you got the big win over Parkside, and didn't have a whole lot of time really to celebrate that. Postseason play, you got to turn around and play the championship match the very next day.
Yep, and we've tried to practice that a lot this year, because postseason is a different flow, just like you said. Like, you don't really have time, and you kind of gotta adjust your normal scout and make things go a little bit differently. So we tried to practice that through the year. I thought that helped us as we got into Sunday's match.
Here against Grand Valley State on Sunday, and they obviously got off to a great start here in this first set, and you had to battle back here in this match. Yeah,
fantastic start. They came out banging, and I think it felt like everything they hit was a kill the first 15 minutes of the game for sure.
How much did the crowd maybe impact this match, especially early on? A lot of energy here in the building.
A ton of energy, like really just a lot of people there, and very energetic style of crowd. But I think for us, like we thrive off of that. The energy, whether it's for us or against us, doesn't really matter. We just really like the energy. So we were excited to see a full crowd and the band right behind us, and just knowing that really just elevates the gym, and we feel like we play better whenever there's any kind of energy. Maybe
talk about the grittiness maybe of your team here to find ways to come back and really pick up some big points here in this match.
Yeah, and when I talked with my leadership group, it really was more about, like, they just stayed in each moment, just tried to stay present in that moment and strategize for the next moment, but not really rehash things behind them. So, and like I said earlier, I thought the whole team had moments where they, stepped up and made a block or made a dig, or maybe when, someone on the bench observed an opening for one of the hitters. Just, I felt like everyone was really dialed in and really just trying to do the best they can to help the team win the next moment.
Obviously, Grand Valley, a great opponent here. Both teams ranked among the top 5 here in the region.
Grand Valley is a fantastic team. They're very, very good. We're lucky to, we felt obviously very lucky to just come away with the win, and we're lucky to have a conference where we have, this quality of team in our conference, because those are, you've watched these highlights, and those are 2 really good volleyball teams playing.
What were some keys here as this match kind of wore on to be able to find a way to get a win?
I think for us, for both teams, we had some pretty aggressive serve and pass strategies. So I think being able to stay aggressive with those and being able to handle their weapon, they were really pushing us with our serve receive and being able to handle that. And I think, a lot of games it's going to come down to the serve and pass and how well you can handle that.
I know 9th time in the last 10 years you've won this tournament, and it never gets old, I'm sure, and especially for the student athletes who get a chance to really celebrate that success.
Yeah, I was really excited. We have our one senior this year, our grad transfer, Kenzie, and it was just really neat for her to be able to go out there and accept that trophy and put that sticker on the poster, and just to have that opportunity for her to to experience that, and to know that all the work that she's done to help the team get to that point. I think it was just fabulous. And
I know your kids had a chance to celebrate with parents, fans, kind of on the floor, and always nice to do that here at the end of a conference tournament.
Yeah, it was nice, and just nice that they can just have that whole night and this whole day today before the selection show, just so that they can just enjoy that moment, and then we can start turning towards the future after that selection show.
Obviously, the selection show here early in the week, and then have the Thanksgiving holiday off, and then into the NCAA tournament next week, waiting on the opponent, the site, but congratulations again on going to the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, we feel very privileged. We know that it's it's not a normal thing to get to go to it, and we were there last year, and we get to go again this year, and we're just really excited for that.
Well, Coach, thanks for the time, and congratulations. Best of luck next week.
Thanks so much.
We'll be back with more Ferris Sports Update right after this.